Hey everyone, Mike Gian here, and in today's YouTube video, we are going to go over my 9-hole baseline round. But before we get into that, as always, please check out my books, Professional Golf for the Rest of Us, and Stitch the Novel, which I'm happy to say has now eclipsed 100 reviews. We actually have 101 reviews as of the making of this video. And with that said, let's get into today's video. As I had mentioned last week, the purpose of this 9-hole round was to, see where my game is, see what I need to improve. A couple of caveats, which I hate to make excuses. I'm not going to make excuses because I always want to play as well as possible, and you can't always control, what kind of course or what kind of condition the course is in. This is overseed season for those of you that may be watching that don't live in the Southwest or anywhere where Bermuda grass lays dormant in the winter. Courses are usually overseeded with winter rye, and within that first 2 to 3 week period that they open, the grass is a little longer. I had pretty much mud balls and fluffy kind of 1/4 inch rough lies for most of this day, other than the tee boxes. So that's just something to keep in mind, and that'll definitely come into play on the greens. But before we talk about any of that, there's no voiceover for any of this. It's just 9 holes, the back tees at 49er Country Club. I decided to walk this round. Unfortunately, being able to play and also manage a camera didn't go my way. I had my buddy, whose name is also Mike, help me out a little bit when I could, but I finally kind of figured it out on the 3rd hole. Still had some framing issues, but other than that, most of the shots got recorded, and for the ones that don't, there's some text overlay there. But I got through it. It was a fun round, but without further ado, let's go ahead and head over to my 9-hole baseline round. Lucky that. Keep bending. Skip on. And there you have it. Not exactly the round I wanted, but with the exception of the seventh hole, pretty solid overall. Just for you that didn't quite see what happened, I didn't want to really talk about it, obviously. But essentially, my tee shot on 7's a par 5, and my tee shot hit a tree about 150 yards in front, kicked straight back into the left, almost out of bounds. Didn't even make it past the white tees, and so that's why I'm over in the dirt hitting my second. Just kind of chipped it out the best I could. Third shot went left. You could tell that that I had some trouble just honing in the camera settings. Still, I mean, the sun's coming right into me from the left, and then finally got it in the fairway, chunked a hybrid, pulled a pitching wedge from about 90 yards, just slightly over the green, and then hit my first chip, which was my 6th shot, about 12 inches, hit about 2 feet, and then hit it about 2 feet from the hole. Was too lazy and too tired to grab my putter. Decided to try to put it in with my 54 degree, and missed a 2-footer, and then tapped it in for a nice, healthy, juicy looking 10. But aside from making a, what is that, a quintuple bogey on a seemingly easy hole, I'm really happy with how I drove it. Other than the tee shot on 7, I missed one fairway by that much on 9. But some points to improve upon. Number one, my alignment was not very good with the short irons, or any iron really. Off the tee, it seemed like I was aligned fine. The ball had a nice flight to it. Slightly longer than I anticipated, especially after what I saw on the TrackMan. Granted, a lot of the holes where I hit driver were downwind, which obviously helps. But with my irons, I noticed that I'm aimed to the right and kind of hit like a pushy, weak kind of cut into the green, and I do not want that. So alignment will be, the most important thing that I address with all my clubs, but especially even with the wedges from around the green. Was not necessarily happy with that. My putting, especially like the longer putts from 20 to 30 feet, was awful. Other than that birdie putt on the 5th hole that just curled on the high side, had I think three putts, maybe just 2, but it could have very easily been like 4 because I had to make a couple of longer putts. Like on the 2nd hole, I had to make like a 6-footer, 5 or 6 footer for par. Or I'm sorry, for bogey, and then I had to make another one on the 8th hole where obviously I forgot to hit record and never got it on camera, but very easily could have been 4-3 putts, regardless of if the greens are a little fuzzy. That's no excuse. So the putter I used in that video was kind of more of a traditional style blade, like an 8802 style blade. Not very comfortable with it. Seems like I really have to hit it hard. But most importantly, it doesn't feel like my leash, my power shoulder, my left shoulder was really releasing through the ball. And so that's going to be the key that I'll be working on from a putting standpoint. Digging up a little deeper, obviously building up my flexibility and stamina. You can tell I don't really have much range of motion, especially on the backswing. It's almost like a 3/4 punch shot swing, even with the driver. But so that's part of my goals, is to get there. But overall, as far as swing speed, like at least I was able to dink it around. I played from the back tees, but this golf course is not very long. You can tell in the graphics. I think the longest par 4 is 415 yards. And the par 5s were 515 to 500-ish. So it's not like I'm having to play these ultra long golf courses. So that is definitely an area to improve. And really, other than that, the chipping and pitching from uphill lies, the one that didn't make it on camera on the 8th hole, I really enjoy hitting like 8-iron bump and runs. Just because it's always felt natural. I've always liked the way it came off the face, but for some reason I'm just not getting the contact right. So that's going to be a very strong point of emphasis for my practice sessions. And the great thing is, at least the thing that I'm excited about, is that each one of these aspects, especially the ones that are golf related, the alignment, the putting, and the chipping aspects, are all videos that I intend to make that I hope can even help your game as well. But that's going to be the strong emphasis, and then eventually, I'll be able to. Then once I actually can yield some results from this, I'll be happy to share, the stuff that I'm working on from a stamina and flexibility standpoint. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell, just to make sure. Please like and comment. Let me know what you liked about the video, what you didn't like, some things you'd like me to add. At some point, I will be able to add. The shot tracer, but most importantly, I just gotta dial in the framing, which I'm still figuring out. I'm testing out different cameras, different lenses. I may just go with just a regular iPhone, and until I can really dial it in, or I can find someone that I can play golf with, that is happy to. I felt bad. Shout out to my buddy Mike for stepping in and recording you know, a few of the shots that I requested, but it's not something that I really want to, you know, bother people with. But with that said, if you're enjoying this crisp fall weather, I hope you're out there playing some good golf. And when you're out there, I hope you hit some stiff ones. We'll see you next time for the next week's video.